All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
Sucks.
And welcome back to another episode of Wheel of the Council. It's your boy Joseph. I've got Jordan in the booth.
Okay, I just got to check my bank account really quick. I have to make sure that I have $23.75 to meet this month's payment for my McDonald's cookies. So just give me a second, guys. I'm just spreadsheeting this out really quick.
We've got Danny, who unfortunately is paying in 5.
I just figured that once you reach like 5 payments, it's so much easier. I pay like $2 per thing.
And of course, we've got Becky on the ones and twos. Real quick, shouts out to a couple of episodes ago when I accidentally said we have Becky in the ones and twos. Becky has not melded with the center console like some sort of like fucked up Akira monstrosity. She is still her own woman and has mastery over all things mechanical. How is everybody doing today?
Becky's like the end of Fear and Hunger 2 Termina with like the machine that this is a bit for no one. Never mind. Just never mind.
End of Fallout 1.
Yeah. Oh, that's
the
true.
Dude
That's a
who's
good one.
like, is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Becky's like Cyborg from Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. Okay, man. Whatever happened to regular Teen Titans? Now they make like fart jokes.
All right, this is a total tangent that you've immediately got me on, but it is so funny to me watching like 35-year-old millennials be like, Teen Titans used to be a serious show, and now they're just making fun of my freaking childhood for kids. And I'm like, good. They should disrespect you more. They should make a Ben 10 where he does fuck his cousin.
It's like you realize that the reason you thought this was so profound is because you were a kid and it was made for you, a kid.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm going to open up about a
whatever.
traumatic experience that I had as a child. Some days my dad would watch Saturday morning cartoons with me just because he was chilling, wasn't doing anything ever. And one day Teen Titans was on the TV and I was watching it, and it was the most bad, indefensible episode of anything I'd ever seen. And I just felt so nervous watching it, being like, God, this is terrible. My dad is going to think I have awful taste. I was like 6.
Yeah.
And
No way.
I looked over and I could see he was not into it. And I was like, oh, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And that's why I am the showrunner for Teen Titans Go.
Yep.
What are you like? That's so strange. There were definitely some duds. I loved the show.
Well, obviously, the show
Go back
is
and
great.
watch the show. It's like 40 to 50% duds.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that is really irritating.
That makes sense.
Well, it's a cartoon.
Yeah. Cartoons.
Exactly. It's for babies.
It's for babies. It's for babies.
That's the thing. I think I mentioned this I think it was like last week when I was talking about, consuming media. The way people consume media is very frustrating. Like, it's always we have to find these ARG themes and meanings and make things more important than they actually are.
Steven
And I think
Universe.
it is just a long con to justify your feelings of nostalgia and wanting to watch cartoons still, which is fine, but still, like, come on, whatever. Anyway, we're like so off track.
I think it was Jesus who once said, when you become a man, you must get rid of your childhood things. He said something like that.
Sure.
That was
Wait,
that was from the Bible.
Yeah, I don't.
And
that's right.
while in the past I was made a slave by the Saturday morning Kids WB cartoon lineup, these days I am into more adult things, like going bankrupt because I bought a crumble cookie 3 weeks ago.
We're doing Klarna. We're doing
All
Klarna.
right, so our top story today is the impending bankruptcy of Klarna, which, if you're unfamiliar, is just usury. Every, I think 4 or 5 years, a new app comes along, and it's like, we're really disrupting the usury space. We're fucking it up when it comes to high interest loans. You remember the 2008 financial crash? Right before that happened, a lot of people were making a lot of money.
True.
Just capture that moment in time. So
What if
Klarna
instead of-
is...
What if instead of causing the financial crisis for houses, we did it for Taco Bell?
It's kind of the logical endpoint of the American experiment, right?
Honestly,
Instead of
true.
No, literally true,
instead of
though.
comfort, it's for burger.
Yeah.
It will come once as farce and twice as burger. So If you're unfamiliar with Klarna, it's this financial scheme. The concept is you download an app, and then when you make a payment, and I don't mean a payment through their associated app, I mean a payment on literally anything.
Yep.
Like you make this payment on like groceries or Taco Bell or a Teespring shirt you really want or YouTuber merch. And at the end, the app goes, hold up, $13.99 for your DoorDash private taxi is probably not that great of a deal. So why don't you pay it in 4 installments of $3.99? And then
It's
you go,
peak.
oh,
Okay.
$3.99.
Yeah, it's so
that's
funny.
not so bad. And then every time afterwards, when a $3.99 charge comes out of my account, I won't even notice that's so little money.
Yeah, it's like, wow, $3.99. That's much smaller than $13.99. Number smaller, less money.
It's like the
caveman
Piaget
logic.
conservation tasks.
Yes,
Yes.
It's
genuinely.
like the child looking at the 2 different vials
Yes.
of water, like, I don't know. No, so you would think something like this would just get the dumbest of the dumb, like people who are already on their way to financial ruin because, like, they, I don't know, refuse to buy the store brand of Zyrtec for their meth lab empire. But instead, this thing has been used by, like, every single fucking person on the planet.
Yes.
Why?
It is.
I had to stop myself when a friend was like, oh, I'll just pay in 4. I was like, what do you fucking mean you're going to pay in 4?
Yeah.
We're at a deli. This is not like you're going to get a credit pull so you can afford a sandwich. Are you kidding me?
I'll just pay it in 4. Like, I don't get it, man.
I don't know if you had this. Did your parents ever like talk to you about finances at all? Did you ever learn like financial literacy from your parents?
Too much.
Did Mama and Papa Rothschild talk to me about finance? Yeah, I heard it occasionally.
You're not actually. Okay,
Don't
whatever.
listen to
Don't
him.
lead
Literally
into this
ignore him.
more.
Literally
You
ignore
already
him.
get like death threats because of your last name.
Ignore him.
You can't.
Ignore him.
Well, I guess you got to cope somehow. Anyway.
I get the death threats in 4, I will say.
All right, look. So my parents hammered into me financial literacy, like avoid debt at all costs. It's not good. Like you just want to like make sure that there's not these unknown like payments you don't know about coming out of your account. Like you want to have a sort of a really comprehensive understanding of your money, right? Now, they were frugal to a bit of a fault. I love them very much, but whatever.
Same.
This is not
Same.
big of a deal. But you know, they did instill some very good financial literacy into me when I was young. And I thank them for that because I am very good with my money throughout my life. Now, I cannot imagine putting myself in debt for a fucking Chipotle burrito. I just like the concept of it seems so ridiculous to me. I have never used Klarna and I probably never would because like I just can't do it. I don't see the purpose of it. It just I don't know. Like literally all I'm doing is just ranting about it. But like I just don't understand how people think this is a good idea, you know?
So the only thing I can understand, the one thing I've done is I've done like one Affirm thing for a tech purchase. It was like a $300 thing. I completely had the money for the cash for it. I don't really have like credit card debt, but I was like, whatever. I know this is like credit card 2.0. This is like a big purchase. I've got the cash, but like, I'll just pay it in the little installments. And so I did. Yeah. I set up the like auto pay and then I paid it, right? Like whatever, not a big deal. I got no penalties from it. I paid it off. I just set up like an auto payoff loan thing and it was over. That was like for like a tech purchase, right? Like for like a computer, or it was, I think mine was like a monitor or something. Those kind of make sense because you go to like a Best Buy, right? Or something like that.
Right.
And
well,
they're
it's the
always
same concept as layaway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's just doing
That's
layaway
what it's
2.0.
called, yes.
It's doing layaway. They try and get you to get credit cards like at many places like retail brick and mortars or whatever, because those purchases are pretty big, right? They're like big purchases and you're like, well, I don't really want to drop like $1,000 right now. I can give you like 200 and then pay it next month and next month. Even if you do have the cash for it, it's a softer blow on your finances. As soon as you start Klarnaing the $20 Chipotle order, It's over, dog. Give it up.
So if you don't know how this works, I will say the one thing to say about Klarna is they don't charge interest on these like micro loans that they give out. That's like the sell is you go like, oh, how are they making money? And they go, well, it's not like we charge interest, right? It's not like the payments ramp up like they would on a traditional payment plan. And that makes people really comfortable using it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The sell is Klarna interfaces, I think, on the part of the businesses. And they're like, hey, can we set up Klarna in your shop? And the business goes, what's in it for me? And they go, well, a bunch of dumb people are going to buy things they shouldn't be buying. Yes. So like the upside to this has nothing to do with like tricking you with like complex financial math and like scaling interest rates and shit. It's literally just if you see small number, your lizard brain will forget that you have to pay back the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
And so this has snowballed like over the last 6 months. And today, the reason we're talking about it is the company is, there's no other way to say this, they are fucked. They are like totally and completely fucked irrevocably.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, okay. So what baffles me about this is how did they not see this coming? I don't understand how this model.
Yeah, you don't understand. We're going to give a bunch of loans to people who can't pay them back. Okay, so what happens when you need to collect on the loans?
Yeah, this is when you download the new app.
They're paid in full, baby.
Yeah. It's the Loan Shark app. They're going to send they need the Protector app we talked about. Klarna is going to install the Goon app, and not like gooners like sex shit, but goons isn't
mafia
like mob
goon.
mafia people.
They're gonna take your fucking kneecaps in for.
Dude,
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be back for you. Kneecap, elbow.
You can't say mafia like a Loan Shark app because I saw into the future a bit, just That's So Raven this, and immediately saw an app that literally is just like cash your check now, like get your money instantly. And I think that's
an old world scam.
Yeah.
It's payday advance loans.
Yeah. And then now we just need to Uber Eats it, just Uberfy it. And then boom, people are gonna be like, wow, I have so much money.
I'm literally just in my brain, I'm imagining an individual who uses the Check Advance app in order to get money that they immediately spend on an in-for payment for a burrito delivered to their door.
Obviously, these people make money from transaction fees and late fees because somehow, some way, you still have people not paying.
You do have to pay the money. So the downside to this model is they are giving out these microloans to all of these people, but they are loans. You know, it is money set up front to, compensate a business for their services.
Right.
So despite the fact that there are late fees associated, and despite the fact that a significant amount of these are going to have to go to some kind of collections agency, Klarna is on the hook for millions and millions of dollars at this point that people just don't have the capacity to repay. And so it is failing because its business model was predicated on people failing.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, we make money off of the fees people incur when they're derelict in their payments. Also, if they're derelict in their payments too much, we are going to owe $1 billion to Chipotle. And that's currently what's happening. They are in this huge financial hole. And it's hard to tell if they were we're setting up this company to scam investors, get a shitload of money, and then file Chapter 11. Or if they were we really didn't see it coming. We thought this would happen forever.
Yeah, that's what confuses me about the business model is you are aiming to profit, as you said, Joseph, off of people that need to use a installments program, right? The whole business model is if you can't afford to buy your Taco Bell all at once, you can pay it in 4, right? You can pay smaller payments. And this is the other thing that just kind of gets to me about, gonna get a little political here. This whole idea is cash your check now, pay in advance, daily pay for paychecks and stuff. We are doing so many things and creating so many bandages to address the fact that people are poor and they need money now or they need to pay lower amounts. And it's you realize this is all going to fall apart. Like, you can't just base society off of an economy where people don't have any money. Like,
it's so awesome.
And to you, I
that.
say, watch me, bitch.
Yeah. All we needed to do, Klarna, the business model, was doomed to fail because they needed to allow people to pay in 16. Just increase the payment date. That's all, man.
Yeah,
don't actually solve the problem. Don't actually,
well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, there's no, like, why solve the problem when all of these companies can make fucking money off it,
Yeah, it's just,
It's awesome you say that, Jordan, because first and foremost, they were going to like open IPO and then they showcased their like profits and loss, and they lost $99 million. Awesome. And it's funny you say layaway, talking about like how people are poor, because, I was reading up a bit about on it, and how like layaway was created during the Great Depression, right? Like, it was because people didn't have money. So they were like, okay, like, why don't you just pay it off a little bit each time? And then once you're done, we give you the thing, right? And so that made sense at the time. It was pretty popular because it was like, all right, well, I can get the thing soon. I just got to pay it. And then you paid it in it was like a little savings plan almost. And there was no way to like kind of screw it up because you never got the thing for layaway, right? You have to pay it before they give it to you. Yeah. But it was during the Great Depression. So
I know. Like,
people are like, maybe it's a little sad that people maybe can't afford like a Taco Bell burrito for like $3. So they got to layaway it in increments of 70 cents each. Like, what's going on? I just think people see low number more so than they're poor, but it definitely is not a good sign.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. I bring that up because, sure, I want to make fun of people's financial literacy and everything, like, but at the end of the day, people are using this because they don't have money.
Yeah.
Like, the truth of the matter is, regardless of the individual choices people make, there is still the greater problem that people are poor as fuck right now.
Right.
A lot of people. So the very nature that this Klarna shit even exists is a huge sign of a deeper problem. So I'm kind of just like, yeah, I'm happy that Klarna is in bankruptcy because you kind of get what you fucking deserve.
Yup.
Sorry, you built this thing to profit off of people's lack of resources. So
yeah.
I don't really give a fuck about your business model, frankly.
As like Joseph said, it's stuff that you probably don't need.
True. Yes.
I am fighting both halves of my brain on here because one is like, rise up, workers. You have nothing to lose but your chains. These financial instruments were made to profit off of poverty and the people responsible should be impounded. And the other half is like, the millennials are buying a lot of avocado toast. I really don't know how to put it in any other terms.
It's so stupid.
Like, you really probably shouldn't be eating that amount of avocado toast.
Dude, I feel like what is your both, this is a bit of tangent, I'm sorry, but what is both of yours like, this is the last straw kind of thing? For me, it's Uber eating breakfast. That's like my last straw. I don't know why I can't, like, I just can't do it. So I know sometimes in an emergency, you're like, okay, we all need breakfast, whatever. Let's, go on the Slave app. But like most of the time I'm like, no. Breakfast is my job, right? Like, I don't know.
No, that's fair. I don't know. I don't really use that kind of stuff more often.
Yeah.
The only time I ever use like a food delivery app is when I'm just like really in for the night. Like, I'm already kind of drunk and maybe even a little high. And it's like, damn, Panda Express do be sounding really good.
Big plate.
The bigger plate. That's what I'm saying. But like, really, other than that, that's kinda it. I don't really use that stuff.
I try not to as best as I can because I hate them.
When you say final straw, are you talking about thing that makes you want to destroy America or worst thing you've done?
I guess just like, I mean, like, it would make you feel like an idiot doing it. So for example, like, I know some people who are like, I just can't do like Uber Eats groceries. Like, that's like, I can't do it or whatever.
Yeah. For me, it's Uber Eatsing things that aren't food.
Oh,
because you can get anything on Uber that's available at a store. So if you get like a greeting card delivered to your house, like that shit, that's too much for me.
Yeah, I gotta be with you on that one.
I saw Home Depot on my Uber Eats and I was like, what?
Get me a nail.
You gotta be.
I really need a
me.
ball peen hammer and a rubber mallet. I gotta, put some stakes into my yard and install like a clothesline or whatever.
Oh my God.
But I don't want to go to Home Depot to get it. That's just so far. Literally, it is just paying someone to do your shopping for you.
Literally.
That is crazy.
It's so crazy to me. I get like it happens and sometimes you need it. I'm not like super faulting people, but it is just insane to see Home Depot on my Uber Eats app.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you all ready for the posts?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do it.
We got 3 bangers for you today. First and foremost, let us begin with this one. This was sent to us a great deal, and it is not a visible post on the app. It was sent to us via screenshot, which is how you know it's a good one.
Let's go.
Some of my favorites have been screenshots.
All right, this says, my 32F husband, 35M, did, quote, Soyface, end quote, in all of our wedding photos.
I'm sorry, I'm giggling. It's so good.
I don't see what the problem is, right?
Yeah, I
of course.
don't know.
Dude's
clearly
wrong.
he's just very excited.
Yeah, sorry that your understanding of a gesture of excitement has been colored by your perception from being online too much. I'm sorry that the man loved you. Is that what you want to hear?
It's really
That's so true.
actually awful.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Throwaway because my husband is really active on Reddit. We had a small wedding recently outdoors and hired a photographer to take pictures. In the pictures where we aren't looking at each other, my husband is, unbeknownst to me, smiling with his mouth open extremely wide and pointing at me with finger guns. Not like he's gonna shoot me, more like, look at her. It's sweet, but it really ruins the photos. I didn't know until the pics came back. We have maybe 6 wedding photos I would want anyone to see. We spent $1,700 on the pics, and most of them are so embarrassing. My husband won't retake any of them, and wants our Christmas card to be one where he's making the
You've
face
gotta be kidding
while
me.
tipping an invisible fedora. Ironically, I guess. He thinks it's really funny and shows our personalities, but I feel like it's making me out to be a chump because I'm smiling sincerely. Should I go ahead and give up this time, or should I press further on the photos? It's not the first time he's done something like this, and in the past I've just kind of allowed it, but this was our wedding.
Two wolves inside me fighting.
No, there's one very big wolf, and it's telling me to kill this man. Look, I understand that you are who you are, and you should not change who you are or change your personality for your partner, right? Like that is,
Damn
in a
straight.
loving relationship, you should, your partner should not change you. Okay. But that does not mean that you get to do whatever you want and not think of the context around you, okay? This is your wedding. You can take a sincere picture. I don't know what it is with like elder millennial shit where it's like everything has to be couched in some sort of ironic, jokey nuance. It's your wedding. Treat it like your wedding.
No,
you don't
I'm
have
a
to make the
Soyface.
Reddit Soyface. Take a nice picture. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Like, who does this?
Me.
True. Okay, why is it impossible to like respect something that your partner wants, even at the most important thing? Like, why does...
Well, I would turn this around and
Okay,
ask,
sure.
why is it impossible to respect that your partner wants to do the soy face in your wedding pictures?
Okay, you can do some soy face pictures. I think that's great. Why does it have to be all of them?
It's not all of them. It's just the ones where they're not looking at each other.
Oh, true. So
love-
all but 6.
I love their
Great.
6 photos, and they spent
6.
$1,700.
The stupid thing about this one is I think we can all agree with what this person says, right? Which is like, I want to show off our personalities. This is a stupid, goofy Reddit thing that we like to do.
Sure.
I have no problem with that. But unfortunately, I'm just making an assumption here that this is white people. White guys have developed the perfect mechanism by which to perform this ritual. And that's, you take a bunch of solemn pictures, and then at the end you go, and now it's time to take a silly one.
Yes.
And then you
Yes.
soy face, you put your finger guns out, you tip your epic fedora, and everyone goes, that one has so much personality. You all look so happy in it. You look like you're having so much fun. You don't do it the whole, you cannot live a life of silly ones.
You have to just take a nice picture. Okay, and for the unmarried among us in the audience, okay, and Danny, I guess, as well, just to really hammer this home, when you spend for a wedding photographer, do you realize how many pictures they take? They take
I didn't.
so many
Yeah.
pictures.
I was like, when we were getting married, we had a small wedding during COVID and then a normal one later. And for the normal one, we got like pictures redone, and we were getting pictures, and I had blocked out, like, I'm like, this will take maybe an hour. Oh no, they take like thousands of pictures. It's like a 6-hour ordeal.
Yeah, when you spend that $1,700, you're getting your money's worth, because you're getting a fart load of pictures, like an unbelievable amount.
I can't believe, I respect this guy. 1,000+ pictures and 6 came out okay. All of them with finger guns in it. Goated.
How did he even do it? Actually, wait a second.
Actual beast mode.
How did he do it? Because a wedding photographer takes a fuckload of pictures. How do you Soyface in all but 6? Are you just permanent Soyface?
Did not say all but 6. It said only 6 were good.
Oh,
Okay.
It's just that all of the ones, this is like a logic puzzle. There's one set that's all pictures, one set that's usable pictures, one that's not usable, and in the not usable pictures, some of those have Soyface in them.
Okay. I just loved the idea that he caught the camera each time and was like, boom, 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 boom.
He has like a superpower. He's like fucking Quicksilver.
Yeah.
He's like, he can always find the nearest camera and tip a fedora at it at lightning speed.
I just love, also after ruining like half the pictures or whatever, it's like, okay, let's talk about our Christmas card. And he's like, fedora time.
Yeah. Like,
oh, man.
Oh my
so
God.
good.
How do you actually want to take wedding pictures of you doing the milady tip fedora? I'm sorry. You have to.
I will say, after
Oh my
reading
God.
this, I was like, oh, we should do the milady tip fedora.
We should.
That's awful, dude. I'm just, bro.
I'm buying you a fedora, Jordan.
I understand. Well, I would wear it because it's funny, because it's a bit, and I'm going to wear it in something that isn't my fucking wedding pictures. Like, okay.
Oh, so now it's funny, but
Yes,
when the
it is
man
funny.
ruins his wedding, it's not funny.
Yeah, literally. Okay.
Just
Shut up.
ignore him. Literally ignore him.
That's like, oh God, a 35-year-old man can't take a sincere picture. I just like, oh my God.
It's awesome.
Then we're gonna go to the barcade and play Donkey Kong. Like,
Okay,
just,
man.
just-
Whoa.
God.
Hop off barcade. What
We
the
get
hell?
it. You're familiar with epic soy stereotypes. All right.
What is,
Yes.
okay, no. What's your
You don't
problem?
have to make this a referendum on being a millennial. We already did the Teen Titans shit at the beginning, all right?
Yeah, no. I agree. The thing is you can't just, there's a limit, okay? There's a limit. We've talked about it in the past. There's a limit to how many photos you can ruin by being epic and awesome and Reddit and bacon, okay? So like,
Yes.
just chill. I think that, okay, let's move to, should I just go ahead and give up?
Wait,
should I press further on the photos?
That's a perfect way of saying it, by the way. You have to at some point give up the bacon. It only bacons at midnight. It does not bacon.
Yes,
your
the
whole
narwhal
life.
only bacons at midnight.
Yes, you
you're,
get it.
You're so epic narwhal baconed, bro. Like, wow. You fake fedora tipped in your wedding photos. That's so funny. That's like epic.
Should she give up?
Yeah, she should give up on the relationship. I think you do need to instill in your husband. You need to be like, listen, I like that you're silly and goofy. I appreciate that. It's something I like about you a lot. That said, I have no problem with you doing occasional bits while we're buying our $1,700 photographer. I need some serious ones. I need
like
at least a
50
couple
or 100
that my parents aren't gonna like write me out of the will after they see.
Yeah, I think
I
the way
agree.
to approach it is there is a side of him she sees that maybe he doesn't see in himself, because if he's kind of deflecting this romantic moment into a silly moment, maybe he doesn't realize that she likes him for not just his silly side. Clearly, I mean, he's obviously a very goofy guy. All millennial cringe jokes aside, he's goofy, right? He's goofy.
Yeah.
He's got a sense of humor. And I'm sure that's a huge reason why she loves him in the first place. But what he probably doesn't see within himself is that there is a romantic side to him that she also loves. And she wants that captured in photos more than just his goofy side, right? So maybe she kind of goes about it that way. That's a good way to explain it. But yeah, Joseph is correct. You do have to 100% instill within him that, like, come on, you can't do this in our photos. Like, I want photos that show our love and romance together, So anyway.
Yep. No, I agree. Absolutely correct.
All right, do we want to vote on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Decision time.
All right, when it comes to this woman, should she give up and let her husband do the soy face? 3, 2, 1.
No. Don't give up. Tell him you need a couple more good
You can
picks.
fix him.
You can fix it.
You actually can fix him.
Yeah,
I think this is a thing.
This is super fixable.
You know what this actually is? This is one of those very few situations where I think whining on Reddit might help. Because, like, once this guy hears that 1,000 Redditors think that he's fucking annoying and cringe, he'll probably be like, yeah, maybe I should do some self-reflection.
That's true.
Sometimes this is, I think that Am I the Asshole is the worst solution for your problem 99 times out of 100. But one time you get that one exceptional poster who does just need to be yelled at by a crowd of nerds. And I think this is that guy.
The council has spoken.
Our next one on the subject of weddings, I guess we're doing a wedding episode. On the subject of weddings, this next one was handed to us by Augur, and it is, oh boy, it's something. All right, this is from Best of No Updates. So there's a couple of like Best of Updates subs on Reddit. There's like Best of Redditor updates that we use occasionally. But Best of No Updates are for these hilarious open-ended ones where it's like, oh, I don't want to let my mind wander about this.
Okay.
But you're going to have to. This comes from an original post in Am I the Asshole that's a couple of years old called Am I the Asshole for Making Our Guests Participate in Our Puppet-Themed Wedding?
Dude,
oh, God.
I can't believe this is our second puppet post. How?
Is Big John the one getting married?
Big
We must
John,
ask.
he's finally married.
Okay. My fiance, 26F, and I, 27M, met at college. We were in our school's performing arts program and met in a puppetry class. Okay, first and foremost, oh boy. At a college, at age 26, theater kids doing puppetry. This is like a very special blend of target listener. I imagine these people are fans of the pod.
True. True. Genuinely.
Sorry, listener.
On the subject of our puppets, mine was named Hat Boy, and my fiance's Daisy. She's better with names. We used these puppets initially to talk to each other and flirt in class.
Dude, this is awesome.
I can tell if this is like romantic comedy starring Paul Rudd from like 2011, or if it's just total Reddit theater kid behavior. I mean, I'm fine with either.
It's so awesome. It's so cute and also awful at
How
the
much
same
I
time.
hate this hinges on if the wife is Zooey Deschanel or not.
Thank you. I was going to say how big her eyes are really matters.
We fell in love, and in a way, we've considered Hat Boy and Daisy in love as well.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Years after graduating, we still use Hat Boy and Daisy both at home and at our local but fairly prominent theater where we perform puppet shows with high-end Muppet-style puppets. Okay, first off, I've totally swiveled on everything. This rocks. This fucking
is very
kicks
cute.
ass.
This is
Actually, this
sick.
is very cute.
All right, this whips. Okay. While planning our wedding, we realized we wanted Hat Boy and Daisy to be a part of the ceremony. They've been a part of us since the beginning, and it felt right. We invited our entire troupe of puppeteers from the theater and got the idea we should have our wedding completely officiated by puppets, that our wedding parties would be made up of puppets and our close puppeteer friends. We figure it'll make for incredible pictures. Here's where we aren't sure if we are the assholes or not.
Okay.
We are insisting that all of our guests participate and use puppets.
What?
In lieu of gifts, we've asked everyone to purchase high quality, but not nearly the quality of professional puppets to use during our wedding. We took the guesswork out of it and directed them to several vendors, some of who offer really cool options. Everyone could realistically expect to spend $150 to $500, depending on what sort of details and whatnot they wanted. We also wanted everyone to wear their puppets during the wedding and reception. All the puppets we're suggesting can be mounted on and controlled with one hand. They're meant to be guests at the wedding in the same way our human guests are as well.
Oh, man. Come.
Dude.
Oh, no.
Let's frickin' go.
Dude,
Let's just
no.
say there are a lot of people who are not happy.
What?
Both of our
Why?
parents, my wife's sister, and our family members on both sides have complained that it's unreasonable. They've complained, how are they going to eat and drink? How are they going to dance? Okay, well, what? Like, yeah, you don't need hands to dance, so I don't know where this complaint came from. We, of course, don't expect people to have the puppet on their hand while they're pissing, but everywhere else, we would like to insist on it. We also made sure that our hors d'oeuvres are finger foods. There will be plenty of cocktail tables so people can put down their drinks. We even made sure that all the food for the dinner itself is portioned so that it can be eaten in bite sizes with a fork without having to use a knife.
Oh, my.
We really think this would make for a special day. We only get to do it once, and we think it will be an event that all of our guests will remember for a lifetime. We have a hard time believing that once there, they wouldn't have a blast. Reddit, are we the asshole for what we think is a silly but harmless and reasonable request for our one special day? Thanks for reading.
It's so harmless and so simple. Yup. Totally.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna be the fucking black sheep here.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You don't convince me.
I think this fucking kicks ass.
Of course you do. You're Reddit and
How
theater
many fucking millennial ass
annoying.
Star Wars weddings, Harry Potter weddings have you seen? Come on.
Yeah, and those
You
suck
let those
too. What is your
people have
defense
fun?
here? That's good?
Yes.
No, I think everyone should be allowed to have fun on their special day.
Sure.
If there's something that's important to you, be it a show or a movie or some sort of world or even an important artistic foray like puppetry, you can express it on your special day. Far be it from me to judge you on a day that's all about you. I think this is some primo high concept shit. I like this idea a great deal.
Okay, I think the fact that they met over puppetry is very cool and very cute.
Yes.
And I think they can use that in such a way where they don't inconvenience fucking everybody at the event. You talk about soy-ass Star Wars Harry Potter Gorblow weddings.
Inconvenience.
Yes,
inconvenience
dude.
everybody at the wedding. Oh my. What's the inconvenience? You have to have fun.
No,
Sorry.
you do have to purchase a $150 puppet. Like, be real.
We have designed the food, the menu, so it can be eaten with one hand so you can still wear your fucking puppet. I'm sorry. That's
It
ridiculous.
is physically encumbering.
I will be honest. I am going to have a pretty tough time defending exactly that portion
Yeah,
of
thank
the,
you. Thank you.
Like, I do.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I think
Okay.
the concept is really good.
Okay.
Like, I think that it can be a fun, memorable experience, but I think you have to set some boundaries on it. Step one, weddings are expensive. You're going to have to pay for the puppets.
Yep,
I'm sorry.
Correct. I was like,
You
step
can't-
one,
you can't get 'em
need
to
to
pay for the
provide the
puppets.
puppets. I'm sorry, you cannot make the people do it.
$150 for the puppet. And you know they said 150 to 500. You know the 150 puppets. People are going to be like, you only got the 150 puppet?
Yeah, exactly.
How interesting. No, you gotta pay for the puppets. You can expect when you're planning a wedding to spend like X number of $100 per person. You got to pay for the puppets. Second thing you might want to do, does it really matter if the puppets are that high quality? Maybe you set up like a fucking craft table and people can make their own puppets at the beginning.
That's
all right?
cute.
Maybe that's some stupid activity you do. And third, you are meant to wear the puppets during the actual physical portion of the wedding. And then you take a picture afterwards where everyone has their puppet up and you go, haha, isn't this cool? You don't have to wear them for the reception. You don't have to wear them for dinner. That obviously does not need to happen.
Yeah, we
But
insist.
at base,
Ugh.
I think the puppetry wedding is a fun and cool idea. I just think these people are delusional insofar as how much they think everyone else is willing to spend on it.
I can capitulate to that. I think that
Sure.
I agree. I think that the wedding concept is actually very cute. You know, if their friends and their puppeteer friends are into it and like, you know, they all know them, etc.
If you've never been to like a Star Wars, Harry Potter, or
I
Star
have
Trek
not.
wedding, they sound hokey and millennial. You go to one, they are really sweet. It's
Yes,
clear that
they're
everyone
fun.
there
Yeah.
like really cares about the shit. And it's like, okay, whatever, you know, that's nice. So I would have no problem saying yes to the puppet wedding. I just do have mouths to feed.
Yeah. I do think like the puppet cost problem like is weird to me because they're like, well, we're like giving up our gifts so they get the puppets instead. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's much better if you purchase the puppets and put that on like your bill, and then you subsidize your bill with the gifts they give you for your regular stuff that you'd buy, you know, for your wedding, right? Like the gifts will help supplement like normal stuff at your house or whatever, clothing, pots and pans, whatever. So like, I don't get being like, no, but we're giving up the gifts. You buy the puppet and we provided you the puppet vendor. What? What's wrong with you? You do it. Come on.
Like, I don't know. I just can't get behind. I think it's really cool that you met over puppetry.
Yeah.
It's a very niche artistic thing. And I think that's awesome, right? You know,
It's cool.
We all indulge in our cute little interests at our wedding. That's a very important part of a wedding. I fucking had an Undertale song play when I went down the aisle, right? Okay, that's Reddit as
let
fuck.
he who is not soy drink the first meal replacement beverage.
That's the thing, right? You know, like we all have our little soy niche shit at our
Why do
weddings.
you have to be soy when you're making fun of them?
But like you can do this by just like doing a puppet show at the reception. Am I crazy? Like, when you're all at the head table and you're sitting next to each other, just do a puppet show for the people during the reception when everybody's sitting down to eat. Like, that's fine. That involves the puppetry in your wedding. It'll be fun. You enjoy it. Everybody will enjoy it. It'll be a fun, cutesy thing. Or have like your wedding party all have them, you know? Maybe, I don't know if you had other friends that you had at your puppetry class or what. I don't know how this shit works, but maybe they do like the best man speech with the puppet. That's fun. My brain is like matrixing out with all the green numbers falling down. Different ways that you can involve this in your wedding without making everybody have their own puppet, spend $500, and have the reception be inconvenient and suck ass.
I'm just so confused at, no, we made the food particular so that you keep the puppet on. Keep it on. Keep it on. Like, come on, man, give me a break. Like, they're trying to eat. I don't know. Like,
keeping it on while you're eating is pretty ridiculous, I will say.
Like Joseph said, walk back some of these. You can have this wedding. Like, honestly, I think you can. You gotta walk back some of these. Some of these you gotta compromise a little bit. And I think it still happened. But I think we can all agree here that there are some egregious things. And if you're not gonna budge on those, some of these are not reasonable, even if you think they are. So you guys are invited to my Kingdom Hearts wedding.
Wait, what would the Kingdom Hearts wedding be? Like, you get married and then I like turn to Jordan and I'm like, so did they get married? I'm not really following this.
No, everybody wears size 27 shoes.
Yeah,
and
so the shoes requirement size is very big. I have a vendor. I also have Keyblade vendors
here
for you, so you can choose a Keyblade, and then you all can come down and everyone points at like me, right? Like when it's time, and then you all like turn the key, and then it's all good.
True. Good. Yep.
Wow. And the real heart is the heart that you unlock.
Yes.
And then everybody has to get on their phone and download a mobile game that nobody's played before in order to understand this really weird reference in the story that's in game 4.
True.
Anyway, that's your Kingdom Hearts joke, everybody.
What's the stupidest weddings you both have gone to? Because I don't think I have done like a hokey wedding yet. Like funny. Like it doesn't have to be negative.
I don't want to put people on blast. I like every wedding that I've been
negative.
to.
That is actually true.
I didn't mean it negative. I just meant like fun, like silly, like that was crazy. It was like a high concept, or no?
Most of the weddings I go to,
I'm actually uncomfortable answering based on the listenership of this.
Okay, fine. I was just curious.
All right, do you want to vote?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Decision time.
All right, when it comes to this couple, are they the asshole for just deciding that maybe some people needed some freaking whimsy in their life, okay? 3, 2, 1...
Yes.
Very much so.
You're not bad like people or anything like that. This is all super compromisable. Just
holy shit. Not everybody wants to wear a puppet. Like,
I bet this is Big John and Big John's
it's
wife.
Gotta be. It's gotta be Big John.
The Council has spoken.
All right, so this one comes from MITAH. 6 days old, a little fresher than the other ones. Am I the asshole here for calling the ambulance on my coworker, even though I know she was kind of faking it?
Oh,
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Oh my God, dude. Imagine you are trying to get out of like work. So you're like faking being sick around your boss, and you just fake it a little too good. And like you fake that you choked on something, or, just like, oh, I don't know. I just got to go home. Like somebody, I don't know, fake gives you the Heimlich. And then somebody's like, wait, no, we need to call an ambulance to get you checked out. This could have really big, long lasting effects. And you're like, no, please don't.
Whoa.
No, I'm already on the phone with 911. Like,
this one goes, I, 28M, am working in an English language center in a Southeast Asian country. I have a female coworker in her 20s here who often touches her head and wobbles like she's about to faint, and then lies down on the couch, letting people fan her, bring water and food to her.
What?
We take midday naps here, so whenever she does this, everyone's lunch and nap time is ruined, especially the ones who keep caring for her. First and foremost, fucking midday naps. When are we going to get on this goddamn train?
Yeah, wait.
True.
Midday naps. I was like, what is this, preschool? I want in, dude.
Yeah, no.
No,
Dang.
dude. The human body was made for midday
It's
naps.
true, though.
Like you and me, Danny, we have thumbnails at 2,
Right.
so we can't ever take a nap. We're too
that's
busy.
true.
We are
That's
too busy.
true.
But no, we need to bring back the siesta. Just a quick, 45-minute nap at 2 p.m. Please. Anyway, this would happen at least twice a month. So over the last 5 or 6 months, I've seen a few incidents where we worked the same shift. One time, she even asked me to grab ice cream for her. Info, it's a big crowded city, so you can just walk to the ice cream shop nearby and grab one for $1. She didn't pay me back, but that's besides the point. Oh, hold up.
Whoa.
I think that's a big part of the point, actually.
That sucks.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I'm
start doing that.
dying. The only thing that will save me is treats.
Ice cream.
Oh, babe. Oh, I just don't feel so good. I just need you to go get me a Like It from Cold Stone Creamery. I also really want Kit Kats and Butterfingers and Heath bars in it. Oh.
If you can't pay for it, make sure to use my Klarna account. Okay. This Monday, she did it again. And this time, she asked a girl to order her an iced drink and a sandwich. A group of coworkers fanned her, did the whole caring thing like she's a sick child. I stood up from my chair. I walked towards her. I asked if she was okay. Then I went to the men's bathroom. I dialed for an ambulance and went back to my seat. After 20 minutes, we heard the siren. My phone rang again, and I stood up and told her servants to help her into the ambulance. Her face changed. You know, the face when someone knows they fucked up. Other girls asked if I called. I said, yeah, it seems severe. It's best for her to go. The ambulance is here already. You're going to have to pay for it regardless. The ambulance fee is about 1 to 2 days worth of her salary. Other coworkers actually agreed and helped her get onto the ambulance. Now that I think of it, no one called an ambulance for her once. Ever since the incident, she's stopped interacting with me beyond highs and hellos. It's Thursday now, not a word to me. Am I the asshole for this?
Oh, man. This rocks.
Wow. I have thoughts on this, but I'll let one of you guys start.
No. Please.
Okay.
Please.
I think sometimes it feels very good to kind of catch somebody red-handed, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when you see this person doing this ridiculous shit, like, oh, I just need the soft cookies from the grocery store with that frosting that's really nice, otherwise I'll die, you know, like that. Like, it's really annoying to see that shit. But I think there's a line, and calling somebody an ambulance, I don't know where, I don't know the, the healthcare system of this Southeast Asian country, but in America, if you call an ambulance for somebody, that has pretty big financial ramifications.
Yeah.
So he does explain, he says it's about $50, the ambulance fee in this country, which is about 1 to 2 days pay. So the equivalent would be like if you're making min wage in America, it would probably be about $300.
Yeah, that sucks. That's really bad. If you know that this person is faking it, it's like, wow, I'm going to cost you $300. Get owned. It's like, okay, I think there are better ways to give them their comeuppance than like just stealing money from them. Am I crazy?
I know that I'm always the one who like absolutely is like, no, I do not allow people to get away with Reddit style epic
owned.
justice. I do like this one. I like this one a great deal. I know it costs the woman money. That sucks. She's having people buy her food and drinks.
They're fanning her
very frequently.
That's true. I know.
But like, if they're, I don't know. This situation is so strange. Like, if she's like sick, or if she's like feeling sick and needs help, like, why isn't the first thing be like, do you need to go home, or do you need to go to the doctor because, you're at work? Like, am I crazy?
Yeah, like, do they know? Like, is she giving an excuse as to why she keeps fainting?
Ice cream? Why does she need ice cream? Like, there's no way. What is going on? Like, Jordan said it best, where he's like, no, I need the Cold Stone, like, Heath bars and
Yeah,
Butterfingers in it. Like that's like there's no way ice cream is helping you, and an ice drink and a sandwich. Like normally when you help someone who's sick,
Maybe it's a diabetes thing, like your blood sugar's
That would-
low, is
that
what
would,
I
I
think she's
guess,
hoping
make
people will
sense.
infer.
yeah.
Like, but all of these things are like, if you are consistently fainting at work, you do need to go in an ambulance.
or I guess go to the doctor. But that's the thing I don't know. Like, context-wise, has she communicated this health stuff with like her employer or her boss or something? Not that I know if they necessarily need to do that, but like, I don't know if this is like a well-established. Okay, let me just take a step back and let's assume that she is just fully faking it.
Okay.
I still struggle with the idea of calling the ambulance on this person's behalf. I just don't know. It really is a good own. That is the problem. You are right.
Well, I actually think her faking it is the situation in which it's the most justified, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if you just allow her to continue to do this, like, she is just going to continue to get free shit from everyone and be like, oh, woe is me. Things are so
True.
tough. If she is not faking, you also really need to call an ambulance. Like, she needs help.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's like if you take the only scenario in which, okay, sorry, let me rephrase it. I think the only scenario in which it wouldn't be justified to call the ambulance is one where you believe that she is faking it. And if that's the case, you are just willingly going along with her little bit because you're like, the alternative is kind of mean. I don't want to do that. I get that. I understand that impulse.
Yeah.
But if you do take her at her word that she is ill and needs assistance, you do have to call the ambulance.
You do.
Yeah.
Like regardless of this person doing like an own, any one of the people helping her could have been just innocently been like, I should call the doctor. And they call the ambulance. I'm sorry, I called the ambulance. You look bad today. Because that was a normal thing. It's like, what, a day or two of pay. Like, it's not, I mean, it's money. Sure, it sucks a bit. But like, it's not life changing. It's a day of work. Like, because we thought you were going to die, right? Like, it's be normal. And what, she wouldn't talk to that person either. Come on.
You know, okay. This is boy who cried wolf shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know the analogy doesn't completely one-to-one for this, but it is pretty close where, okay, let's say she has a health problem where she does, like, feel faint and need to lie down, and then it does get to the point where it's actually really bad. People figure out she's faking it. She's like, no, I actually need help, and people stop. Like, I
get that, like, she could really be sick. You know, it's tough to make that call. And obviously part of it is like, I just think this isn't real because we're getting you like fun treats and you're not paying any of us back. And if this is a real deal, I'm going to call the doctor. And so obviously I think that portion does suck. I don't really know if I can call him an asshole for doing it though.
Yeah.
it does suck that she's just not paying people back for the things that they're getting for her. That
It
that
adds
is
on to
the thing that
why
pulls me
this
onto your
guy
side.
thinks
It's-
she's faking it, right? Like there's
Yeah.
context as to why he's like, or this person is like, I don't think this is real, especially if you don't care about paying us back and you need to be fanned and everyone's at your beck and knees when you're like at the sofa. It's so strange.
Yeah. All right.
I get what you're saying, Jordan. I do. It's hard to be like, well, okay. At the core of it, you can.
Because it is a stupid, vindictive
Yes.
Reddit ass thing to do.
Yes.
That said, it also is like really ridiculous that she's doing this. Like, it's if she is faking, it's ridiculous. If she is not faking, she does need help, and you were right to call the ambulance.
Yeah. Because, like, if she's faking, she needs to stop, right? You have to get her to stop. She's disrupting work. She's mooching off of people. She's, like, ruining everybody's time that they would be able to relax and has turned everybody into servants. So, also, if she's not faking it, she does need medical attention, is refusing to get it for herself. So you make that decision for her, which I think in a lot of cases is actually okay. So, there is the part of me that's like, what is the way that you achieve your goal, which is to get her to stop faking it without accusing her of faking it, and then you look like the asshole because you're assuming that her medical condition is fake, when, you know, she can very easily be like, I'm sick, and how dare you assume that I would fake this? Now go get me my ice cream.
Yeah, because like people are like, oh, but like, well, maybe she has like anemia and like she needs the food or whatever. Like you would know these things if you have this disease. And so like you would have food for yourself. And so what? You just like don't prep food for yourself and you're just like, nope.
And she's like, I'll just get someone to go get some.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Come on. There's so many things you're like.
I know it feels bad to side with the epic Redditor who caught someone in a lie, but I don't know. I am going to do it here.
I've come to my conclusion on this.
All right. You ready to vote?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Decision time.
When it comes to the epic Redditor who caught someone in a lie, Danny, where do you stand?
I think we can all agree, all three of us, that like trying to own this person maybe because they're upset and rightly frustrated at like this person who's been kind of able to use their coworkers can feel like an asshole move. Like, oh, nice epic own, dude. You called the ambulance on someone who maybe is actually sick. But there's a lot of context and nuance to this where I feel like that might be an asshole move. I don't think you're an asshole for doing it to actually check in on this person and be like, I'm sorry, you looked worse today. I'm going to do it. And I know I have like my subtle biases this is really frustrating me, but you are like in a work environment and this is shitty to do. Also, I'm going to call not an asshole on this person. I think it's fine.
Jordan?
I also have to agree that they are not an asshole. And the reason I have landed here is because I can think of no other way to reach their intended goal of getting this person to stop faking being sick and getting people to buy her fun treats and not paying them back. There's just no better way to catch them in this lie without you looking like the dickhead here. You either accuse them of not actually being sick when you don't totally know that for sure. I know the title says that they were faking it, but they don't know for sure that they're faking it. But either way, this is the best solution to catching them in this lie or assuming that they are actually sick and need help. So as vindictive and stupid and Reddit and Oni as I think that it is, I actually do think it is the best way to achieve your intended goal. So you're not the asshole, and she deserves it.
And I got to agree. I do think it is so hard to side with someone who has done such an epic own. But no, I think if she's telling the truth, she needed the ambulance. If she was lying, well, this is the least annoying way to figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
This woman sucks, though. I mean, provided she doesn't have low blood sugar.
Right. Like, obviously, if we don't know this person, it could be completely justified, whatever. But from this post, they suck.
Yeah.
The Council has spoken.
All right. Well, shoot. That's a 3-0 in favor of Redditry. Kind of a nice way to swing the pendulum back after coming down so hard on that puppet couple.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts on today's episode?
I think that the puppet people could have offered pay in four.
Oh, man. Damn it, Danny. I was just going to say, well, if she's worried about paying the $50 for the ambulance, she could just pay it in full.
Dude.
Oh, that's much better. Shit.
That's good too. Fuck. I have to start just saying everything pay in for. Like every single moment of my life I could be paying in for.
I'm going to start paying in for things that aren't monetary in nature, right?
Yes.
Like my wife asks me to do the dishes and I'll do like
Corner of
I'll pay in for that shit.
Yeah. You do like 2 dishes.
Honey, can you come listen to me? I'm feeling really down. It's like, yeah, I can do this emotional labor in 4.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. That's all I got in me. Goodbye, everyone.
Cool, bye.
Goodbye.